ladies and gentlemen, Tommy Buzzcut back in action. Yeah, I have been a little bit quiet because you know what? I've been looking around and like everybody out there is like putting stuff out about how to be successful. So I don't know if it's working or not. You know, I think it all started back when that Stephen Covey guy wrote that book called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. You know, and I kind of looked at that, but I realized that's a lot of work. And Tommy Buzzcut does not like work. He likes to have a good time. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have been working on, and I am about to reveal the worldwide premiere of Tommy Buzzcut's 7 Habits of Highly Unsuccessful People. So, ladies and gentlemen, get your notebooks because you're going to want to write each one of these down, okay? Here we go. Okay, the first one, you know, those successful people, they're like, you got to have like you have to have a regular sleep schedule so that your body's on a regular rhythm, and when you do that, your body can work really well and your brain will work really well. Well, dude, like, you know what? If I'm on a regular sleep schedule, I'm not having fun, so here's Tommy's first tip of a highly unsuccessful person. Right when you're getting tired and you want to go to bed, grab your laptop and go in your bedroom and prop up a pillow and go on YouTube and start searching. You know, you could start with something like, you know, recap of the Oscars, and then like 3 hours later you're still searching and you're looking at like how to play chords on the ukulele, and you're like, how the hell did I get from Oscars to ukulele? But it doesn't matter because you had a good time and you'll forget it all in the morning, but you might wake up a little tired. So the second tip of Tommy Buzzcut's 7 Habits of Highly Unsuccessful People, unsuccessful, ineffective, whatever you want to call it, you take 2 naps in one day. Yeah, 2. You have the first one before noon because you know what? That's kind of like just a little addendum onto night's sleep. And then you take the second one in the middle of the afternoon, and like all those execs are going like, we don't know how you can do that because we don't even have time for one nap because we're so busy making money and being successful that we don't have time to slow down like you do, Tommy. And I'm like, exactly, dummy. You gotta take a nap, and then you be recharged for that YouTube session later that night. But anyway, the third tip for a highly unsuccessful person is you gotta stop reading books. You know what? Those executives, they read like 60 books a year on average. You know what that means? They're spending a lot of time just like sitting on their ass, and they're not having fun when they do that, right? So all you gotta do is just like scroll through Instagram for a little while, and you know what? You'll fill your brain up, and the next thing you know, it'll be empty because you forget all of it in like 5 seconds, and then you'll be an open canvas for whatever you want in your life. So let's move on to the fourth tip. That is to do not make to-do lists. You know why? Because if you make a to-do list, then you, first of all, you got to remember where you put the damn thing, and you might forget, and then you don't know what you do. And then, you know what? If you get to the end of the day and you go, I only did 79 of those 85 things that I had put down on my to-do list, I feel terrible about life. If you don't have the damn list, you don't feel bad, so you feel good, so you're having a good time, right? Okay, on to the next one, number 5. You know, those execs, they go, you've really got to have a business plan, and when you have a business plan, you can just like each day take a little work, do those things over and over and over again that are maybe inglorious, that nobody thanks you for, that are making the foundation for an amazing life for yourself. I'm like, that sounds hard and boring. So my tip is just sit back and wait for something to happen. You know what I mean? And that even goes to like, you know, when you set up a meeting, don't even put it on the calendar. You know why? Because if you're just hanging out and you miss that meeting, I guarantee you this is what's going to happen. It's going to be like, you know, Tommy, I'm calling you now because we had a scheduled meeting at 3:35 today. I'm like, oh yeah, sorry, Ronald, it's 3:45 and my Zoom is having a problem. Hey, it just pulled up. I'm on. Here we go for that amazing meeting. See, you don't even have to worry about those things that you set up because everybody else will remind you of them. And that goes to another thing. Tip number 6, blame your failures on others. You know what? That's like the biggest stress reliever of all. Like, if things aren't working out, you don't have to feel responsible. You can just blame it on somebody else. It's their fault that you're living in poverty. It's your fault. It's their fault that you're kind of like unhappy and unfulfilled. But anyway, that is a 6th tip of a highly unsuccessful person. And the final tip, you're going to love this one. This becomes because, those executives, they go, this has to do with exercise, because when you exercise in the morning, then you've reduced your stress hormones for the day, and you have time to daydream and to think and to plan for the day and to really move your body and get the blood flowing and the oxygen going, and your brain works so much better. I'm like, if I spend all my time swimming and biking and running, when can I have a good time? So my tip is just don't exercise. Have a good time. And, there is one reason to exercise. And that's like when you're going to be walking on the beach, you want to exercise so that you look good. Because if you look good walking down that beach in the summertime, you are going to have a good time. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Tommy Buzzcut's 7 tips that are the 7 habits of highly unsuccessful people. And I guarantee you, if you apply them in your life, you will go nowhere. Tommy Buzzcut, over and out.